In this video, I want to talk a little bit about trader psychology. As we're sitting here waiting for the markets to give me a trade, we started talking a little bit about trader psychology, and I thought it was important to record this little rant. And so what we're talking about today is how most new traders, when they come into this industry, they don't really know how to trade. And a lot of people truly believe they call themselves traders just because they sit in front of a computer and they execute trades. Well, newsflash, guys, you're not a trader, right? There's a difference between being a trader and actually thinking like a trader. So a couple things, and look, I know this because I was there. In fact, you guys all know my story, but I actually had to pay someone $1,200 to help me get out of these bad habits that I had. But here's a trade. Let's just use this trade for an example. I had a valid trade signal that just set up here. It's a weaker high pattern. I could have been short here from 48.98. My testing has shown me that if I'm trading within 12 ticks of this open print, that's what this DSO stands for, the day session open, it's a losing trade. So I have to execute discipline and keep myself from taking this trade. This is another thing that a lot of traders struggle with. The actual term in the industry is FOMO. F-O-M-O. Fear of missing out. Nobody wants to miss a trade. They're afraid that it's going to go off without them. These are all mental shifts that we have to make as a trader. There's another one. Moving your stop to break even. These are all bad habits that we make. Myself included, right? I mean, how many of you have taken a trade and it moves maybe even 5 ticks in your favor and you want to move to break even? Look, there's no reason for that. Unless you are a scalper and you have tested that your specific setup, if price moves in your favor 5 ticks and then you move to break even, it makes your system more profitable. If you've actually tested that over 500 or more trades, then I will listen to your argument. Otherwise, I don't want to hear it. Because the reason you're moving to break even is there's only one reason otherwise you would move to break even. And it's because you have not accepted the risk in the trade. If you've accepted that risk, you will never feel the need to move to break even. There's a great book out there that everyone should read. I have it on my desk. It's called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. He talks a lot about this himself. You have to get yourself mentally to a place where the market can't hurt you. The only way you do that is by fully accepting the risk in the trade. As you can see, this current trade right here is moving in my favor without me. Does it bother me? If this thing is a winning trade and I'm not on it, is that going to affect me at all mentally? No. Because I've already told myself these aren't trades that I take. So I don't care if it hits target. It doesn't affect me one way or the other. So guys, this is really important in your trading. You have to figure out a way to make that mental shift. I personally have gone through one this year. Okay, I've been trading for 5 years, profitable for 2, very unprofitable for 3. So the majority of my trading career at this point, I've been unprofitable. What did I do to make that mental shift? And what can you do? Now, obviously, we're all wired differently, but I have to believe that there are some similarities between what I did and what you can do. Just because a lot of it is just truly the 6 inches between our ears. So for me personally, because I struggle with trading anxiety. Okay, I will be the first one to admit that. Now, it has improved a lot over the last 12 months, but I have always struggled with what I call trading anxiety. And so what I found for myself was I have to take all of the personal decision making has to be removed from my trading. I can't trust myself. I've proven that. Okay, I proved that by blowing 2 accounts. And because I don't hate money, I had to stop. There was only one way for me personally, only one way for me to get out of that horrible rut. And for me, it was developing a 100% rules-based system. Because I seriously, guys, I can't do it. Like, I cannot make a decision about money with emotions in my face in a split second. And that's what it requires in trading, right? I mean, you make a trade and it's a losing trade, and then 2 minutes later you have another trade set up and you don't take it, and that's the winning trade. And I don't know why it is, but that winning trade, missing that winning trade hurts way more than taking that loser. So you just got to stop, guys. You have to make a choice to stop. That's why, and like I've talked about this, guys, but that's why I draw these lines. These lines may seem, I don't want to say silly, but I know there's a better word I'm looking for out there. I can't think of it right now, but they may seem unimportant or immaterial. It was the word I'm looking for. They're not immaterial. This line is what allowed me to get over all of these bad habits. This one little white line. It changed my trading. Because once I drew that line, I mentally committed. I'm taking that trade with a close below that line. Period. I mentally committed to that. It changed it, guys. I mean, this is what really helped me. But the first step was I had to build out my rules. And then I had to test them. This took me a long time. But I know my system so well, I almost can do it in my sleep. I've taken over 1,000 trades with this system. And you can see, guys, this trade looks like it's probably going to hit target, right? My target on this trade is 83. So here's an example of a winning trade that I missed because I know over time that this filter saves me money. And we also know, those who have been in here for the last 4 weeks, you all also know that these filters have saved us over 100 ticks per contract. Y'all have seen it real time. So you don't have to take my word for it anymore. You've seen it. Guys, there's no replacement for hard work in trading. If you're not willing to put in the time, then you're going to continue suffering from all the bad habits that you currently have. But you have to make a commitment to yourself that you're going to try and make that mental shift. And there's only a couple ways to do it. Testing, and then get your sim account ready and just take the trades. That's how you can break those bad habits, guys. Anyway, that's my rant for the day.